G'day, how are you? It's Kim here from Kim's Homestead, and I'm coming from the pantry today. As you know, those that have been following me, I've done a 6-month pantry tour. Oh no, I've done a 6-month pantry challenge, beg your pardon. And now that it's all finished, I have done one very small shop, but now it's time to go through and see what I've actually got left in the pantry. I have managed to do one of the main things I was trying to get done the last pantry challenge was to clean out my freezers and consolidate the freezers and just basically reduce them now that I'm not going through as much food as I used to. Obviously I don't have the big family anymore, and there's virtually just myself and one other, and aside from keeping the kids still well fed, there's only myself and, as I said, another person to look after. So it's time to go through and turn over a lot of the stock that I have, making sure that it's not going stale or just bad, basically. I need to turn over the stock that I have so that it keeps fresh. One of those things that I do now that the pantry challenge has finished is to go through my pantry and do a stock take, which is a fun job all in itself. Basically all I write, I've got just a very large pad. I write down the product. I write down the size of the jar, whether it be a quart or a pint, or in this case a 1 litre passata jar compared to, say, something the size of a pint. And any smaller I will put in the sizes there as well, so that I know what sizes I have available, what I'm using the most. Obviously at the moment I'll be using the small ones, so it won't be very often that I actually jar up any of the larger ones anymore, because I just won't be using it. But I like to know what I've got there and what I need to use up so that I can turn it over in my stock rotation. I also like to know the quantity and what shelf it's on, because I use a program that's called Anylist. You can find it on the internet, on Google search. Just look up www.anylist.com and you should be able to find it. If I think of it, I will put that in the description below so that you'll be able to find it. It is a you should also be able to find it on your apps search. So if you go into, say, Google Apps, you should be able to find it there as well. And it's a free app. As far as making lists goes. You can make however many lists that you want. It's great for shopping lists. I have one for my bulk pantry, one for my day pantry, one for each freezer that I have, and it helps me keep track of whatever I've got in the pantries and in my freezers. It also helps with grocery shopping, birthday shopping, Christmas shopping. I have a list there of birthday or Christmas ideas that I come up with through the year for a particular person. So I put that person's name in the list, and underneath their name I put whatever ideas that I have for Christmas or birthdays or whatever, and if I happen to fill that person's wish list, I shall call it, I just cross it off. Very easy, very simple, and as I said, free to use. However, there is part of the app that you can use for recipes, for meal planning, all different things like that. That is a paid part of the app. If you want to put your own recipes in it, you can for free. But if you want to import them off of the internet, which is dead easy, if I can do it, you can do it, then you'll need to pay for that part of the app. It is only $15 Australian money once a year for this app, which I find more than reasonable. So I actually pay for that part because Barnabas, that is not your scratching pole. Leave it alone. Barney's in here helping. Yes, I find that amount more than reasonable enough because I'm always looking up new recipes, because I just can't think of it anymore. I can't find a lot of the recipes that I want, and therefore I just go to Mr. Google Pants and look up a recipe. There it is, and I can download it into my Anylist recipe program, and I've got it there for good. It's great. Very, very worthwhile. So if you're wanting a just an app that will do all of the above, keeping an eye on all of your products, all your lists. If you're a list person, I never used to be, but I have to be lately because I forget everything. If I don't list it, label it, whatever, I forget what it is. So if you're anything like me, the app will come in handy. But anyway, this is what I do. So I just go through and I pretty much count everything in my pantry. It is a huge job, massive job, but thankfully it's only once a year, and if I keep on top of the things that I'm pulling out of the pantry, I pretty much know what I've got at any one time. And when I'm in the supermarket shopping and so forth, and I think, oh, have I got enough tomato sauce? Have I got enough custard powder for that recipe I want to make? I'll have a look. It's there on my phone because it's on my apps, and I can just look up tomato sauce. Oh yeah, I'm going to have 20 jars of it. No worries. I'm right for tomato sauce. Or, I'm out of that custard powder. I'll have to pick up some while I'm here. Very simple, easy done. So, what have I got in the pantry after I've been eating out of it for 6 months? Well, it's still pretty full, I can tell you that. If war breaks out, I don't think I'll have to worry about racing up to the supermarket anytime soon. But anyway, so let's have a look at what I have here, and we'll get back to you later on. So let's have a look. Okay, so we will start in aisle 3. So down here I have some of my more, I shall say, exotic vinegars. There's balsamic glaze vinegar. I think there's white wine vinegar there. I don't keep much at the back of the shelving because this is where I load up the shelves. So there's another vinegar, and these are my food colourings and essences, which I keep in here because it's the only spot for them. But in the pantry, in the cupboard, this is where I keep my potatoes and onions and some of my herbs and my canning equipment. Sorry about the darkness, but it's got to be kept dark because of the potatoes and onions. In here I keep my spare pasta. See, I've still got a fair amount of pasta in here. I haven't gone through very much of that at all. And fettuccine. Yeah, plenty. Down here is my rice, the cooked rice it is. There's long grain, and so there's lots of rice down there. And these are the continental, like macaroni cheese, Alfredo. I think I've only got mac and cheese left, actually. There's one that's 4 cheese, so all the Alfredo's gone. Looks like I have to restock on the Alfredo. And the chicken curry. Down the bottom is just canning rings, pretty sure. Oh no. This one has my packets of chicken fry, beer battered fish. Yeah. What's this one? Batter mix. Those sort of things. Up here we have noodles. So I've still got lots of noodles left after 6 months. This is where I keep my wok noodles and all my dry noodles. In here, more mixes. There's the, what do you call it? This is the vegetable protein that looks like minced meat. I've got about 4 or 5 packets of that. Stuffing mixed. This is the chicken style of the meat. There's arrowroot powder, hamburger helper, and coconut flour. And then, yes, just canning rings. So while I'm here, I need a lid for one of my jars. And in this side, I have all of my jars. And up there, I have just stuff that I've got stored. I don't know what's up there at the moment because I can't see. Okay, aisle number 2. So, what do we have? Right, let's start with this one, shall we? This is where I keep my cans of soup, cans of like tuna and salmon. Often there's the sardines. At the moment I've got some chicken gravy in there as well. Coconut milk. That's a can of ham. Condensed milk. Some bamboo shoots, stuff like that. Beetroot. Canned fruit, spaghetti, more beetroot, spaghetti, beans, more pineapple. You can see I like pineapple. Baked beans. These are the ones with ham. I'm not actually real fussed with the ones with the ham. I much prefer just the tomato sauce ones. So I won't be getting the ones in ham sauce anymore because I just don't like them. They're all right. I'll eat them if that's all there is, but I much prefer just the ones in tomato sauce. And asparagus. Now, I got these asparagus cuts a while ago now, and I really do have to start eating them because in here I have 3 full rows of asparagus plus ones up the top. So I've really got to start eating some asparagus, which it's good for you, I know it is, but I'm not that fussed on canned vegetables. More tuna, some corn. This is baby corn. Sometimes I have that when I put it in stir fries and stuff. And corn kernels. Now, I do have 3 rows of corn kernels. So certainly no need to buy more corn. Soups. I go through a lot of soup. As you know, anyone that's been with me for a while knows I do love my soups. And I've got some chunky soup and some pea and ham. They're not my favourite soups, obviously, because they're still here. But I did replace a couple of my chicken soups, so they're in there as well. And my favourite one is all gone. So I do have to restock there. Up here, I have a couple of rows of mushrooms, so it's going to be a while before I need to get more mushrooms. And braised steak and onion, beef stew, mushroom steak, mixed veggies, French onion soup mix. Now that makes a great gravy mix, I've found. So it'll be a while before I need to do more of that, but when I do, I think I'll do a smaller lot. So just half a dozen or so, and in the small jars. Then I've got beef and onion soup, veggie soup, and over there is the meal bases, like your beef stroganoff, your butter chicken. I find those, they're really big. So one of those jars, unless I'm making a large lot, they last. I've actually got to freeze the rest of the jar because it's just too much. And they don't make smaller jars. Then I've got some leftover salmon there and tuna. Then the caramelised onion. Next time I do caramelised onion, it will be in much smaller jars as well. Then I've got cabbage in beef broth, which is great for soups and stews and anything like that, and just normal celery. Once again, I'll be doing a smaller batch of celery because I think I've got about 3 rows of celery here. Coleslaw, I do need to start eating the coleslaw because I've got a full row there which I'm not using. Beans, I've got plenty of beans. Then of course we have both pumpkin and different forms of potatoes. Not a big fan of jarred potatoes. Some people love it. I think it tastes disgusting. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. Then we have the passata and spaghetti sauce, salsa, tomato juice, diced tomatoes, crushed tomatoes, pizza sauce, and ketchup. Now I do have some shop bought ketchup and pizza sauce, but last year I did a whole heap of my own, so I won't need to buy that or make any more of that for probably years. Then we have some maple glazed carrots. Now they are really nice, and I think I've got 2 jars of this left, but then I do have more carrots in behind, so quite a lot of carrots in there yet. Some more mushrooms. So these ones are sliced mushrooms, peas and mixed vegetables, turnips, and of course we're back to the corn kernels and the asparagus. On the next aisle we have chicken stock. Lots of chicken stock in there. And then we have chicken meat in stock, and that's just what was left around the chicken bone, so that'll go into a soup or something like that. Ham stock. There won't be any need for ham stock for a while. I am all out of beef broth, so I may do some beef broth, but I've been sort of using up the lamb stock and rabbit stock in place of the beef stock. So then I have some duck stock, which I found was really, really good. That is excellent for your soups. It makes a very rich soup. Lamb stock, mushroom stock, oxtail stock, rabbit stock, onion stock, and then vegetable stock. And as you see, lots of vegetable stock. So there won't be any vegetable stock for a while. And maybe when I'm making some more either chicken or beef stock, I will put in a jar or two of the vegetable stock. One, it'll get rid of this amount, and two, it'll add the flavour of the vegetables into the beef stock. Then we go down to the fats, and I've got lots of oils of different sizes and different types. There's olive oil, there's vegetable oil, there's truffle oil, all of those sort of things. And then I have fat. I have pork rendering basically. So that's all in there. Then I have the meats. What's this one? This one's top side. I've got a couple of those. Then this one is goat. I think that's about either the last or second last. It looks like the last in goat, which is good. And roast lamb. So that makes a really nice, hearty soup or stew as well. Then we have silverside and pickled pork. Now they're really, really nice in summertime salads. So I have quite a few of the pickled pork left. I think there's about 2 rows of pickled pork. And here we have some more duck, rabbit. I've still got a few jars of the rabbit left. So I've got both chunks, thighs, and bits, I think it is. There's also still some minced rabbit there somewhere. Hamburger mince. I've got a few of those. I won't be going through many of those because I don't particularly like them, but they're good to have on the shelf. turkey. I won't be doing turkey again. I don't particularly like it. So, yeah. And I've got a few turkey, unfortunately. I think I've got 4 turkeys. So, chicken is good. It's really, really handy come summertime when you just want that quick cold meat and salad or cold chicken salad sort of stuff, you know. Really, really good. Chicken breast, I've got quite a few of the chicken breast. I did quite a few of those to replace the ones that got damaged when I moved. And chicken thighs. Now these are really good. They're really good for chicken and rice. Love it. And over there is some wings. So they're just some that I had spare and I had room in the canner, so in they went. Right, down underneath I have some big cans of cannelloni beans, which I was going to make baked beans out of, but I still haven't sort of gotten around to that. I was going to make some jars of baked bean sauce and parcel up the cans of beans into the freezer, and that way when I wanted some baked beans, all I had to do was pull out a parcel and unthaw it and then open up a jar of sauce, put them together, and bingo, you've got baked beans. But I sort of haven't gotten around to it yet. Over here I have some cordial and some apple cider vinegar. Over here is my party box. I just keep, you know, paper plates and plastic knives and forks and that sort of thing. Down underneath is my cake, you know, where I keep my patties for making patty cakes and sprinkles and stuff like that. That's down there. Right, we'll come over this side and we'll start from the top. Okay, so up here we have our fruits. So we have pineapple and we have mandarin chunks in vodka. We have cherry liqueur, chopped cherries, strawberries, peaches, zucchini in fruit juice, mulberries in juice, apple pie filling, strawberry pie filling. It's actually rhubarb and strawberry pie filling, nectarines, pineapple rings, kumquats, fruit jelly, olives, mango, powdered egg, and powdered egg is the last one. Then we have, let's see, nectarine marmalade, persimmon jam, apricot jam, peach jelly, spiced quince jam, apple peach butter, strawberry jam, let's see, corn cob jelly, marmalade, mulberry jam, a lot of mulberry jam, mulberry syrup, cherry marmalade, pears in cherry syrup. Looks like I've only got 2 of those left. Strawberry pie filling, more mulberries, feijoa jam, and some extra jellies as well as at the end there. Down here are some of the sauces. We have spicy plum sauce, prickly pear sauce, now that's an interesting one for you. Green plum sauce, I use that as a marinade, it's really nice. Asian sauce, satay marinade, teriyaki sauce, easy sauce. Now that easy sauce, this will help make such as your tomato sauce and things like that. Barbecue sauce, barbecue peppered steak, barbecue mustard sauce, spicy red sauce, fish sauce, sweet and sour sauce, honey soy sauce, mint sauce, Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce, honey soy and garlic sauce, sesame sauce, liquid smoke, min seasoning, spring roll sauce, cooking wine, hoisin sauce, and strawberry sauce for ice creams. That's a bit of a catch-all there. And here I have some spare soups, mostly either chicken or vegetable soups, some anchovies for making pizzas, some more olives, these are the black olives, some caramelized onion relish, pickled onions that I pickled last year, so they'll be nice this year in salads. And I've got some cucumber pickles that I did last year, some sweet mustard pickles, they're really nice on sandwiches, plum chutney, green tomato chutney, spice quince chutney, mulberry syrup, that one is, lemon juice and pineapple juice. Down here we have the sugars. These are just mainly your like low sweet sugars such as monk fruit, isomalt. There is a little bit of glucose syrup, stevia, that sort of thing, and malt extract, and a strayed jar of apple pie filling. Some noodles, lots of different types of noodles, some these are frozen icy poles, so I've still got those from when I was doing the pantry challenge. I was going through an icy pole fetish sort of thing, so I made sure I had plenty going into the pantry challenge. Then we have pancake mix, rice, more noodles. This one is the buttery Paneer garlic naan. These are make-up meals, and the mango chicken and rice, and of course soda water, so for when I have my white wine at night time. Down here is a box of pineapple, and I'm still going through this dollar heap down there, so I'll have pineapple for a while. And here we have my snack box. So I've still got quite a few snacks in there. So I did put in the, let's see, the 2 packets of noodles, which should belong up where the noodles go, not in the snack box. 3 packets of noodles. Probably why I bought them, because they were in the wrong spot. I did buy these 2 packets of shapes when I went shopping, and these 2 packets of biscuits. But otherwise, the rest is left over from the pantry challenge. So I've still got a few snacks there that I haven't sort of gone through. That shows you how much I snack. Probably that's too much. And I've also got all of those ones. These are my keto snacks. So when I'm on a keto diet, that's what I snack on if I really, really want something to snack on. And of course more icy poles, not just for the kids. Okay, aisle number 3. And yes, it does back on to the jars of fruit, because I load from this side and push it through. And the jams, which is what I leave for the top 2, because they're the ones that get filled up the most. So up the very top is your toilet paper products, so I don't need them so much. But down here I have the cleaning, mainly the cleaning stuff. And there are other products here, of course, such as your air fresheners, let's see, air fresheners, get the glue off your jars type thing, disinfectants, insect repellents. This is for softener for my clothes, pure soap, sunscreen. Then we have cream and almond custard. This is mainly when I'm on keto. Almond milk and almond coconut unsweetened milk. Then we have some drinks for the kids. There's, let's see, golden pash and orange, orange passion, orange pine, whatever it is. Let's see, we have sides and bakes. That's what I've got left in there, so quite a few. Gravies, toppers, coatings and dips, quite a few in there. These are the meal preps, like for your stir fries and stuff, quite a lot in there. Meal bases that are dry, so quite a few left in there. Soup bases, that's where I keep my chicken noodle soup and whatnot for when I'm making chow mein. These are your Chinese type ones, so down a bit on that, but I've still got a few left. So these are your desserts or puddings, still full there, so I don't use much of that. Some leftover from the other side. Let's see, some salted caramel teas, coffees, mochas, tea. What fell in? Cocoa, coffee, and then we have your dishwasher products, your fairy soap and fly spray and paper towel. Down underneath we have tissues, some Silvo. This is for your kitchen, like sink stuff. More fly spray. Let's see, that one's the flying. It should actually go up here with the other one. That's probably why, because it won't fit. There you go. You're in there. Stay there. Okay. Some sugar soap and stain remover, that is. Then we have liquid detergent and floor cleaner. That's the orange concentrate that I make. I do have a video on that, which I'll try to remember to link it below into the comments, or in the description actually. Then I've got some big jars, big cans. These I got at I Love This Shop for $3 a can. So I grabbed what there was, and it was well worth it. Even though I've still got them, they last for ages, and the way the prices are at the moment, I mean, gosh, for $3. So there's pears and peaches. Lovely. Then that one is a cleaner. Then we have protein powder, which is always handy in like a smoothie or anything if you just want something to fill you up in the morning. Down below, let's see, we've got our laundry powder. Got a couple of those big things. That's laundry detergent. A couple of packets of the powder and your fluffy laundry softener. There we go. There's our cans of pineapple that we couldn't see on the other side. And we have some more cleaner there. The cleaner. Thought that big thing's lasted absolutely ages. And toilet paper. Cat food. Not doing so well on the cat food there. So we've got one box left. But they're not that sort of wrapped in that sort of food, so they've been going through it fairly slowly, which is okay by me. Then we have our powders, banana flavourings, biscuit crumb, citrus flavourings, psyllium husks, that sort of thing. And our dried fruit, lots of different dried fruit, strawberries, mixed fruit, blueberries, sliced oranges. I think that is quince. No, that one is apple. Quince is behind it. Then we have the dried potato. Hello, that one belongs down there. So we have zucchini and dried potato there. So if I need to make if I run out of potatoes at all, I've got potatoes there for the making. I can make up a potato bake from that, which is really good. And then the pet products. So just a few things in there for the old pussycats. Right, now we come to the end of the aisles. These are the bookshelves. So with this one here, I mainly keep my popping corn, protein powders and salts on this particular shelf there, up in the top. Then across I keep chia seeds, tapioca flours, things like that. Then we have the salada biscuits that you know that I like to have with tomato. I'm down to one, so nearly time to start stocking up on those again. When I see a special, I'll be grabbing probably at least 4 packets, if not 5, to make up the 6. Coconut milk powder, that's always handy to have on hand. And breadcrumbs. So I've got quite a large thing of breadcrumbs there. I don't go through too much, so it'll be a while before I need breadcrumbs again, because I've also got the panko down below. So I'll put those up with them. Then we have the couscous, mixed greens, macaroni and lentils. And in behind the couscous is some more couscous. I'm pretty ripe for couscous for a while. Let's see, some hamburger helper that can go up near the couscous. And lentils. I've got soup mix. Let's see, almond flour at the back. So that can probably go that one can go up the top with the tapioca. Then we've got your lima beans, your red kidney beans, your green bean, split peas, and your northern white beans for making baked beans with. and another thing of soup mix. So I'm right for soup mix for a while, quite a while actually. Milk. Got full cream milk and skim milk. So I'm right for milks there for a while. Epsom salts and coconut flour. Right, that one there should be around there. As you see, it is time to do a bit of a clean and a reshuffle. So, almond flour, a pavlova base, that was from last Christmas, so it'll probably stay there until this Christmas. Seasonings, I've got celery, dill leaf, ground black pepper, sage, lots of seasonings there. Down here, not quite sure what I've got in there. I think this one is, yep, the brown rice flakes. So I bought them when I was doing keto full on. So they can stay there for when I'm doing keto. And the custard, it's a protein mix that tastes like the golden, what are they? You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, that's in there. It's a protein powder. You make custards and ice cream and all sorts of things out of it. Then in here, let's see, I have icing sugar, flax, Australian flax seeds, and something else. I think it's the opened thing of protein meat, actually. Then we have molasses and dried fruits and some stone ground flour. So that's my big thing of molasses. It's nearly full. So I've had that for a while now, and yeah, still going strong. At the ends, I bought one of these things from Temu just to put my spices and that on at the end of the racks, and it seems to work fairly well. So quite happy with them. So I bought another one, and I keep a lot of my spices on that. I bought the smaller one to begin with, and it works so well I decided on buying the bigger one. Right, over here I I have a shower rack, which I keep my basil and lemon balm leaves and whatnot on at the end there, and that's the cat's dry food. The cat's wet food down there, I've still got those. They don't like them, so I think I'll have to call my friend that's got the dog rescue thing and tell her to come and pick them up, because my cats just aren't going to eat them. They turn their nose up. They'd rather starve. Fussy little things. Then I've got some biscuits and some stuff for putting in pantries for pantry moth. Sourdough starter. I had a heap of sourdough starter, so I decided to dry a heap of it and stick it in the jar, and when I want to start up some sourdough again, all I have to do is mix it up, feed it, give it a couple of days, and it'll be ready to go again. More herbs. Lots of herbs. As you can see, I do like lots of herbs. And then we have more meals and cake mixes and jellies. Big thing of jellies there. I do like my jellies because I make all sorts of things out of the syrups that you get from your fruit mixes. And then we have cake mixes. So I did stock up on my cake mixes because I thought my grandkids might come over for school holidays or whatever. They used to spend time with their nana, but I suppose nana's getting too old now and they've got their own lives to live. They don't need to be babysat anymore, so nana's got all these cake mixes. Never mind. Then we've got some cornflowers and baking powder and custard mix and a self-saucing caramel pudding, polenta, and nuts of all different descriptions in there. And this is my condiments spot where I keep all my spare condiments, except for tomato sauce. That goes up where the tomatoes go. So, but all my like Thousand Island dressings and salad dressings and all that goes on this shelf until I'm ready to use them. Then they go in the day pantry. And these are ones I've just picked up from, you know, packets of salads and restaurants and things like that. Fast food stores, that sort of thing. Then we have, oh, that's my cheese making kit. So, and rice custard in here, creamed rice. So I do like them occasionally. They've been there for a while, but occasionally I do like some of that, especially with fruit salad. It's really nice over fruit salad. Then we have our vinegars. Oh, big fat fingers. Sugars and our bulk sauce. So there you have whatever's in my big bulk pantry. So, as you see, there is still a lot here. I could probably go for another 12 months easy on what I've got here. But I won't. But I can see in some areas I do need to rearrange, sort, clean. There's a lot that I need to do here just to sort things out. Try and make them more accessible to me. Tidy it all up. It definitely needs grouping, sort of like to like. Some of the things I've got spread out fairly well. So some of the things honestly won't be doing again. And others I'll only be doing like really, really small batches of. Yeah. So that's one thing I've probably learned from doing my years of canning, is when I first got into it, basically I canned everything I could get hold of. And then, yeah, it's some of the stuff I've got on the shelves here, it's still sitting here. So I've probably got to go through and just chuck it out, feed it to the chooks, turn it into compost for my garden. Because it's just taking up space on the shelves, and I'm not going to eat it. Obviously, if I haven't eaten it within 3 years, I'm not going to eat it. So it's time to go through and do a huge big clean out, I think, and just reduce some of the excess bulk that I have that I'm not going to be using, or try and find some other ways of using it that I will eat. Maybe I'll come up with a recipe that I really like and I'll think, oh my God, why didn't I do that before? Who knows? But anyway, this is what the pantry challenges are all about. Where do I need to bump up stocks? Where do I need to reduce or change it? Do I really need 40 jars of tomato sauce? No. What am I going to do with the tomato sauce? Well, let's come up with some recipes and find out. That was just an example. Do I need 40 containers of cake mix? No. Most of the cake mix I really, honestly, I only need to make up a couple of plain cake mix bases, and from that I should be able to just about put any sort of cake mix or cake together. And I've only got a couple of cake mixes there taking up shelf space that I can use with something else. So I really don't need about, I think there's about 60 odd packets of cake mix there, and I don't need it because I don't eat cake. Well, I do, but when somebody else has made it. But anyway, I will go through them, and I will make a concerned effort to go through them and reduce them, and I will smack myself if I buy any more. Or I'm giving you permission to smack me. So there you go. Anyway, I think that's all for now. That's enough waffling on. And I'm going to leave you with all of this. And I will catch you again on another video. So if you like this video, please think about giving me a great big jarred thumbs up. And if you do like this sort of a video, please leave a note in the comments box and I can do something about it for you. And if you just like the videos and want to help me out, think about subscribing. That would be wonderful. Alright, I will catch you all again on another video shortly. Bye friends.